What's new, crew? Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name's Cassandra, and today I'm just going to be sharing my Thanksgiving meal plan with you guys. Pretty simple, really straightforward. I have it written out here in front of me, and then at the end I'll show you guys or share with you how I'm going to translate this meal plan into a grocery list. If you've been here a while, you probably already know that I meal plan once a month for the entire month. So I basically never go into a meal without knowing what I'm cooking and what I need to have. So when I go into planning a meal for any holiday, I do the same thing. I sit down and make my meal plan first, and then I will make my grocery list, and then I will go shopping. It makes a lot of sense to me. It's really easy, and it keeps me really organized. I also do it this way because then it's really easy for me to figure out a budget, how much I can plan to be spending for a meal, and it just makes it a lot easier for myself. So heading in, of course, we are doing a turkey. You gotta have a turkey. I picked up 2 turkeys from Aldi this past weekend. Aldi does this thing every Thanksgiving where they will have 87-cent per pound turkeys. They always have a limit on them. This year, the limit was 2. Sometimes I've seen the limit be 3 or 4. This year, it was definitely 2. So I picked up 2. I spent $28. I got 2 birds. One was 16 pounds, one was 18 pounds. So I spent right around that $30 mark for both of the birds, and then I'll have one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas because we do them for both holidays. We also do a ham. We always do, every holiday we'll do a turkey and a ham. We have a really large family. Not everybody likes one or the other, you know what I mean? So we always will have a turkey and a ham, and then of course we have leftovers, and no one really is mad about having leftover turkey or ham. For the other protein, I made Swedish meatballs the other night. My husband loved them, requested that I make them for the holidays. So I'm also gonna make a batch of Swedish meatballs. However, that's not gonna cost me anything this go around because I have everything I need in my freezer. It was a really simple dish, just I used straight ground beef. The recipe I followed called for pork, but I used just 2 pounds of beef, and then some breadcrumbs, some milk. I put in cinnamon. It called for nutmeg and stuff. I didn't have any nutmeg, so I just poured in a little bit of cinnamon, and trust me, no one knew the difference. And then I made a cream gravy with just some heavy cream, butter, and a little bit of flour. It was really straightforward. Oh, and some beef stock. But I have all of that stuff on hand, so I'm not gonna need to buy any of that stuff come to make this meal. The next protein we're doing, we always do these little like barbecue weenies in the crock pot as an appetizer, kind of. People pick at them while we're making dinner or lunch, I guess. Usually what always happens is this year we are starting Thanksgiving at noon, which means everybody is actually gonna show up somewhere between like 11 and 11:30, and everybody will come in and help me finish up the last little bit of Thanksgiving. That means they will set out the table, they'll lay the tablecloths down, and kind of right at the end they all come in and jump in, and my father-in-law will make the turkey at his house. Kind of confusing, but what's gonna happen is I bought the turkey and he bought the ham. So I'm gonna drive down to his house and I'm gonna give him the turkey. I'm gonna take the ham. He will cook the turkey at home in his oven. He'll drive up to my house with the said finished baking turkey. He'll make the gravy here from the turkey drippings. It's delicious. That way, I have room in my oven to make my rolls and make all my other side dishes, and it's not, you know, just filled up with a turkey all morning, basically. So that's why we do it that way. But the barbecued wieners, we put them in the crock pot. They're just little cocktail franks, and then we'll dump in French dressing and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, some brown sugar. We let them go. They're delicious. Moving into sides, we are doing regular mashed potatoes. We're doing yams. Joe's parents and his grandma love yams, so I have to make sure that we have those as well. We're doing gravy, of course, and my father-in-law makes that from the turkey drippings with just a little bit of flour, and it's the best gravy I've ever had in my life. We are doing stuffing. I do have somebody in my family who's gluten-free, so we're doing regular stuffing and gluten-free stuffing, and then I'm just going to make my mashed potatoes and stuff like that. I'm gonna make it gluten-free by just making sure that I'm using like a lactate-free milk and like lactate-free butter and stuff. That way they can eat it too. I'm not sure what to do about my gravy yet. I'm going to have to figure that one out because they're not going to be able to eat the gravy that my father-in-law makes because he does thicken it with flour. Of course, we're doing green bean casserole. I have some people in my family who every year they're like, is Cassie making the green bean casserole? I'm really flattered that they think it's so good, but it's really, really simple, and I have a crush with Cassie that I did last year that I shared that recipe in. I'll link it down below. It's super simple. I already have everything I need for that minus the green beans, and then I'll be good to go. Of course, we're doing rolls, and this is one where I'm gonna have regular rolls and some gluten-free option for the people who need that. I found a gluten-free mac and cheese recipe, and I thought this would be really good because I feel like it's mac and cheese. Even people who don't need the gluten-free will eat the gluten-free mac and cheese. It seemed really simple and pretty straightforward, so I'm gonna give that a go. We're doing corn as well. And then the last thing for sides is I am going to roast a squash. I'm not sure what variety yet. It'll probably either be an acorn squash or a spaghetti squash. Joe's parents and his grandma love squash, so that's another thing. I'm gonna make that for them, and then if we have leftovers, my chickens will probably get it. Squash is super good for the chickens anyways, so they'll be happy to have that unless my in-laws decide to take the squash home with them. Heading into desserts, my sister-in-law is bringing this chocolate lasagna that she makes. It's really, really good. If I can find a recipe similar to what she has, I will link it down below. My other brother, or my brother-in-law, is bringing the pies, the whipped cream, and the vanilla ice cream. I am making a gluten-free pineapple upside down cake. I opted to do this one because I already bought a box of gluten-free like yellow cake mix, and I thought it would be great to make a pineapple upside down cake because for my ham, I'm already gonna be buying pineapple, I'm already gonna be buying cherries, and I already have the brown sugar. So I'm gonna have everything I need to make a pineapple upside down cake anyways. I'm not gonna have to buy any special ingredients, anything extra. I'm just gonna take whatever I have left over from my ham and throw it in there and make a whole nother dish out of it, and that's a great way to save money. I also already have some little boxes of vanilla and chocolate pudding from Aldi. They're 49 cents. When I did my video on how to plan a holiday meal on a serious budget, things like that, I just filmed that video. I'll link it down below. I mentioned those little pudding containers. It's a really great, easy dessert, especially because we have 2 babies under the age of 1 coming for Thanksgiving, and I figured that'd be something great for them to be able to eat, so I'll have that. And of course, the adults will eat the pudding, the kids will eat the pudding. It's something super simple. You just dump the pudding mix in with some milk and you whisk it up, and that's literally it. We like to keep appetizers really, really simple. I don't know, we just do. We like to keep them simple. So we always do a cheese and sausage and cracker plate. It's something that is super typical in the Midwest for any gathering, barbecue, get-together, holiday. You always expect a cheese plate. And probably because we live in Wisconsin, we have the best cheese in the world here, obviously, at least in my humble opinion. So I'm gonna be doing a cheese plate, and I'm pretty sure this year I'm going to go down to our local cheese factory and buy some specialty cheeses. They have like white cheddar bacon, cheddar jalapeno, like so many things, and I'm sure if I rattled them all off, you'd be like, wow, that sounds really Midwestern. And let me tell you, it is. They are some of the best cheeses. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go down there and get some of those. I'll probably get some string cheese, some cheese curds, make a really nice cheese plate with some crackers, and then we always use venison sausage. All of my husband's family are really avid hunters, so we'll just call somebody up and be like, hey, can you take some of that venison sausage out of your freezer and bring it over, and we'll have the venison sausage, some really nice cheeses, and then some crackers, and that's what we use for basically the appetizer. I'm also gonna do a taco dip. Not something we always do, but I have a ton of cream cheese in my freezer anyways, so gotta use it eventually. I figured that, some cheese, and some lettuce, a little bit of tomato, and you know, pretzels. It'll be really delicious. Moving into drinks, this is where things get really pricey in my experience because it's the holidays. You probably want soft drinks, you want sodas and juice and things like that, and that's where the money comes. So typically I can do a meal with everything that I just mentioned being right around that 200 to yeah, I'd like to say right around that 200 mark. However, once you start ringing up all those things of soda and juice and stuff, your price skyrockets. And I can easily have another $100 of drinks just for the size family that we have. I always get a case of water. This is kind of that one exception where I will buy bottled water, I will buy bottled juices. Typically I don't. I think it's a huge money waster, but this time of year, for holidays and things like that, it's way easier just to buy those bottles and write the kids' names on them or write the adults' names on them. We've done the whole plastic cup and litered soda thing a couple times. It never really seems to work out. I don't know why. It seems like they spill way easier. It just like isn't something that works for us. So we've kind of settled on just buying the cans of soda. And of course, everybody likes something different. So what we've done in the past is we will tell each family, hey, like I personally will buy the bottled water, I will buy a big box of Hugs juices for the kids, and then I'll tell the corresponding families like, hey, whatever you guys want to drink, bring a 12-pack or bring your own. That way it kind of cuts the cost, especially when you're thinking that a case of soda, like a 12-pack of soda is easily like $5 or $6. That can be a lot. So typically what we will do drink wise is, I have my list in front of me here, we'll do Dr. Pepper. We need to buy Dr. Pepper because that's what I dump in the ham, and my father-in-law dumps it in the turkey. We'll dump it in the weenies. We just always use it. So I am going to need some Dr. Pepper. We'll buy a big 24-pack of Coke. We have people in our family who prefer diet. I'm one of those people, so we'll do Diet Coke, Diet Mountain Dew, and then we'll always do a white soda, so we'll do like a Sprite or a 7-Up. And then Joe's grandma really prefers cranberry juice, so of course I'll have a thing of cranberry juice for her. And then of course we gotta make sure we have coffee because I like coffee with my pie. Everybody, I mean, like, who doesn't like coffee with their pie? So I always make sure that my coffee bar is stocked. I will make sure that I have a tub of hot chocolate because once the adults start drinking hot coffee, all the little kids tend to be like, oh, is that hot chocolate? So I'll make sure I have a tub of that on hand for them. And that's really that. So heading into how I will make my meal plan is I will rip out my meal plan here, turn to a fresh sheet of paper in my notebook, and I will just go, okay, what ingredients do I need for my turkey, right? I need celery, I need carrots, I need onions, and I will just start making my list and go down item by item by item and figuring out what I need. Then once I have my grocery list figured out, I can go shopping. That's really how I do that. It's pretty straightforward, but that is my Thanksgiving meal plan, how I'm gonna go about making my grocery list. Make sure you subscribe. I will be posting my Thanksgiving grocery haul. That'll be coming up probably in the next couple days coming up to Thanksgiving. I don't even know how far away is Thanksgiving. I'm filming this on the 16th. So Thanksgiving's next week. Thanksgiving is next Thursday. So I'm assuming that my grocery haul for Thanksgiving will probably be up next week because honestly what I'm trying to do is beat the Thanksgiving rush. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, I will see you guys next one. Bye.